What up? This is Rama Screen, and in the anticipation of Long Story Short arriving in theaters and on demand and on digital July 2, I'm here talking with the star of this new film, Zahra Newman. How are you, Zahra?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. Good. It's a bit grey here in Sydney, Australia, but I'm good.
I've always wanted to go there. I'm your neighbor. I'm Indonesian, so
Ah,
just
yeah,
right across the pond.
yeah.
Thank you for taking the time and congratulations on this new film. Such a
Thank you.
wonderful movie. I enjoyed it very much. It's been a while since the last time I actually saw a science fiction rom-com. It's always an interesting combo, isn't it? And time traveling is definitely one of those fascinating things that never gets old. So let me start by asking you, what was it that drew you to Joss Lawson's script, and what was your reaction when you first read it?
Um, well, the first thing that I noticed about the script when I read it was that it kind of read like a play. So my theater, my background is in theater. That's where I've done most of my work. And yeah, when I read the screenplay, I immediately was like, oh, this feels like a play. These feel like scenes, on stage. And I was like, oh yes. And so it just felt more comfortable for me because I understand that language more than I understand, film languages because I have more experience there. So that was the first thing that made me go, oh, this is kind of exciting. Lots of duologues, lots of two-hander scenes. But then it was also the relationship between Teddy, the protagonist, and Leanne, who I play, and this the kind of repartee that they have, and the banter, and the way that they match each other. They're like really good friends as well. You know what I mean? They really get each other. They're not just lovers. They're not just partners. You know what I mean? They're really good friends, and they
Mhm.
can match each other. And that was really attractive to me. It's a really fun kind of relationship, and it also kind of emulates. Again, this is because of my theater background. It emulates a lot of those relationships that you see happening in like Shakespeare and stuff like that. Between the male characters and female characters that are sort of really bantering. And kind of like can go at it with each other.
Mhm.
Yeah, those were the two things that stood out to me when I first read the script. Yeah.
Your on-screen chemistry with your co-star Rafe is, of course, one of this movie's highlights. You guys are funny and romantic on the screen. There's lots of nuances in there as well about the comedy. Talk to me about that. Did you and Rafe have some sort of a process beforehand? And what was it like collaborating with him overall?
Rafe was really amazing. It was such a privilege to get to work with him. When I found out that he was on it, I was petrified. I was like, oh God, get me out. I don't want to do it anymore. No. No, but it was really, I was like, oh, okay, wow. Yeah, we had a bit of rehearsal, which is doesn't always happen on films. So that was nice. Um, because obviously we didn't know each other. He was coming over from London, you know what I mean? And as you say, like you have to build nuance and kinds of intimacy, versions of intimacy with this person. But what's really great is Rafe also has experience in the theater, and he was very
Hmm.
willing and available to rehearse things or run things or try things. So when there's quite a bit of time when we're sort of standing around on set or waiting for setups and stuff like that, and he was very available to do that. Also, watching him work, Rafe is very free. He's not sort of hampered by, oh, I did that last time, or I need to match that, or he'll do something different. He's happy to improvise around the lines, and that also makes you feel a bit more comfortable. You know what I mean? Because you feel like you're in this with this other person. So um, yeah, but look, I mean, a lot of the genius up there is Rafe. I've got to say, like it's all coming from his crazy mind. But no, it was really fun, really, really, really fun to do. And Josh is also an actor, so
Hmm.
he understands that process, and he knows when to talk to us, when to leave us alone, how to engage. He knows what it's like to be on the other side. So the way that he communicated with us, you get it. Like he understands what's happening or what's not happening. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So that also helps that process as well.
So talk to me about your character, Leanne. How would you describe her? Because she strikes me as idealistic, like too good to be true? Does Leanne have blind spots, or was it all Teddy's fault in that relationship?
Of course, Leanne has blind spots. She's a person.
Because it looks
Maybe
like just Tandy that keeps blundering, you know?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think because of the focus of the film, right? We don't
That's
focus
true.
on Leanne's blind spots. The focus is about Teddy and about the ways in which that, he's maybe negatively impacting his life.
Hmm.
But for sure, Leanne's got blind spots. I'm going to take it as a compliment that you say she's too good to be true. I'm just going to take that as a compliment. No, but I think the difference between someone like Leanne and Teddy that you see in the film is that she is, and this might, again, this is because it's not the focus of the film, but
Hmm.
she, when you first meet her, she wants to be a writer, she wants to do stuff in her life, and she's not necessarily in that place when you first meet her in the film, right?
Yeah.
When you first meet them both, they're both kind of in these jobs that they don't, he ends up sticking with that, but she's much more active in going, no, I want to change course, I don't want to do this anymore, I need to take the risk and move and be a writer, because I'm not going to be a writer unless I actually leave this job that I'm have no energy for and I don't want to do, and go and pursue this thing that I really, really do want to do. And she, over the course of the film, she ends up doing that. And I think that's the kind of difference between the two of them, is that she's willing to take the risk to do that. There's no, he's a procrastinator, he's always putting it off. He's like, oh yeah, I'll deal with it tomorrow when I've got money, when I've got time, and it's like, if you do that with too many things in your life, you'll never do anything. There's never enough money and there's never enough time. There's no perfect time really to do something. You only recognize the perfection in hindsight,
Hmm.
looking back on a situation. Oh, that was the perfect time to do it. But in the moment, you don't know. You just take the risk, you do it.
That actually goes to my next question, because the concept of this story kind of gives me trepidation, maybe anxiety, because we don't need to have some kind of mystical power to skip over a year. I mean, I'm turning 40 2 years from now, and I feel like, where has the time gone by? Like I felt like I slept through this past year. Just like, what is your take on that? Do you have that same fear and nervousness?
Oh man, I think the last 18 months everywhere, everyone has been like, what happened? How am I a year older? What's going on? I think, it's, yeah. Uh, I don't think though, I wouldn't want people to feel like nervous about it. I think what it should do is inspire people to have to just take stock a little bit and go, oh, what is it that I need to maybe pay a little bit more attention to? Or actually, I really want to learn how to golf, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, go and pursue those things. I wouldn't want people to feel nervous about it. But I totally hear you, brother. I hear you. Like, time is moving. And I think, this thing about the last year that we've had, or 18 months, almost 2 years now, um, as a globe, it's kind of interesting in the timing of the release of this film, which is about stopping, stopping and looking, and, maybe, giving time to things that you've neglected. And the fact that that's sort of what the world was forced to do a little bit, last year. It was kind of an interesting timing for the film to be released.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. And for my fans at home, everybody go check out Long Story Short, arriving in theaters and on demand and on digital July 2. Zara, thank you for talking to me, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.